Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. So we are going to talk about the right time to implement AI. It's a key question, so you don't want to be too early when you're not ready, the organization's not ready, the processes are not there, and data collection workflows are not clean set up. But you also don't want to miss any opportunities because your competitors are already there. And you definitely want to ensure that you're complying with all the rules, GDPR, and everything around that. So this is a key question, but there are many underlying questions that we'll also take a look so that you can build from the ground up. So let's go. Again, by the show of hands, who thinks this is entirely generated by AI? Who thinks this is fully real? Yes. It's very difficult to make the distinction, though, and I think this also came up in a previous talks. We have to have a sharp eye out for these solutions. Okay, so let's go. We will cover basically the headlines here: AI readiness, the relationship with competitors, platform war, problem solution mindset, scalability, the implementation, and AI governance. Okay, so let's go. AI is definitely a technical project, but the foundation, the basics, is trust. This is why the AI Act was created and implemented, and it trickles down also to the private sector, to the corporate SME level, and within the company, between the teams. You have to trust the other teams that they bring you, clean, correct data, that the implementation will be right. We will talk about data quality a little bit later, but I think this is just the foundation of everything. And then from you to the customers, from you to the CXO, we will also talk about C-level buy-in for innovation and advancement at the end. Keeping it a little bit high level before we go into the practicalities and the relevance for you, I would like to give you an overview of the platform wars. The essence here is that the winner of the platform wars is only two at the end. If you remember back to the smart device market, IoT market, there were so many, like Nokia with Symbian, BlackBerry was huge. And now, of course, you can see on the chart, jump. We all know that it's iOS and Android, essentially. The same thing is going on. I believe it's still shaped in the industrial internet domain. So AWS, IBM Watson, and Siemens are going strong now. I remember when G was also going very strong with Predix, and it was then Predix and Siemens' MindSphere head-to-head. The difference was Siemens made an open system, and this is, I think, how they came out as a winner for this. But I believe this is still consolidating. Now, the same thing is going on in the AI domain. And you see the numbers here, how many AI companies, so we have 70,000 AI companies, startups, scale-ups out there. There is a consolidation going on. And I think when you make the choice, or you contribute to making a choice, which AI solution to implement at your company at any level, you'll also have to think about, I think, from this high level of the platform war, how these things will play out. This is also very relevant in the Web3 world, for example. There are so many competing ecosystems around the tokens, but that's, I think, a different story, so let's not go there. More high level, or big numbers. So 35% of the companies say that they are using AI, and then from the rest, 42 say they are started implementing or considering, and 50 are just thinking about it. So which club do you want to belong to? When we built up the campaign for our generative AI essentials course, it was a 2-hour commitment every week for a certificate, super practical. We also advertised it with the number of only 6% of the population using Gen AI. Where do you want to be? So this is also why I think it's the whole topic today and tomorrow for you, super important. I also brought you the top 6 topics as seen from the AI pros. I was in Singapore at an AI conference and gained some insights. So I think it's also good for you to take a look at what's trending and what's coming up. so that you can make the right decision when you are consulting on. So training AI with expert feedback, play to earn, obviously, owning your data and selling it potentially. This is again has a Web3 relevance, as mentioned. GPU clusters, AI infrastructure. This is going to be a very, very key topic going forward, also economy-wise and also region-wise. AI talking to AI, AI training AI, and then AI employees. I don't know how many of you are targeted on social media with all these ads that create your 14-hour work week and get your AI employees and basically you don't have to work anymore. Because AI will break down, will create the microtasks and make the automations. I think this is also where the task switching that Stuart mentioned comes into place. I wouldn't be scared about it at all. But it's definitely something to consider and think about also when you're selecting the next feature AI provider. Okay, so we cannot talk about AI without mentioning the AI Act. We're not going to go into details, and I also know that there's a speaker, I think day 2, who's going to cover that. But essentially what you have to know is it's a legal framework to manage developments, use, risk of AI systems across different sectors. Now, this is the AI Act is the first global rule on AI. Comes from the European Union, just as GDPR. It's not for the sake of creating rules. Of course, okay. They say Brussels is the Silicon Valley of regulation, though. But this was created to embed the European digital values. And if you see the elements here, will also apply. So to manage the development, use, the risks of the systems across different sectors, this will also apply within a company. So I think it's super important. Also, AI Act, of course, is categorizing applications based on the risk factor. So there are high risk to low risk application. We have a startup in our portfolio that is affected by that. So they are classified high risk. So you know, with their fundraising, it was an issue. But of course, the AI Act is the right framework, and you know, we know the requirements to develop around. Okay, so this much about high level. Let's now get to the real stuff that you can then really, I hope, consider and implement. So AI doesn't do anything on its own. It's an enabler, right? We have to start everything with a problem solution statement, and then of course go over to the act, to the results of that. I have 7 rules collected here for you that you have to verify before investing in AI. So get ready, because there's just no other way than going through the 7 rules. The first is verify the business solution. So again, it's a business use case. Again, it's the problem solution mindset. Start small and focused. So you know, create a pilot. Assess data availability and quality. Like I said, data quality will be a very, very big topic and very huge in the future. It just has to be clean, the workflows and everything around that. And consider integration and compatibility with the current and existing systems. And we will come back to that topic a bit later on. Set the realistic expectations. So you have to pace yourself. In-housing versus outsourcing. If you think about long-term, your sector, your competitors, you will have to consider building up all these capabilities in-house. So I think we'll also see the first chief AI officers in the future. And of course, weigh the costs and benefits. We are fairly early on in the AI game, I think, if we consider you know, large-scale implementation. So again, it's a big question. So these are my personal tips for implementing AI. You know, with any new digital tools implementation, explore your current tech stacks offering. It might be that whatever you're using already has AI embedded, and then you can you know, exploit that for your own tasks. And give feedback or ask for features from your AI provider. I had a very, very good experience with Octopost, our content management system, and also LinkedIn, who are, you know, like the largest B2B platform for social media, and yeah, and also HR and stuff. So I think it's always worth to go back and ask for the features that you think you need. Okay, let's go to the practical cases. I'm not going to read all of these. We are going to make the presentation available for you afterwards. I think, AI in the health sector, automation, language models are pretty obvious ones. Maybe automation, autonomous systems is something of a niche that you can consider. We also collected practical cases from various industries. I think covering those now would be the opposite of the hand-raising, interactive element. So I will keep that in the slides, again, available for you. So 6 factors to consider when implementing AI. And with that, we also come to the time when is the right time for you. So start with the simple solution. Again, it comes back to the 7 rules of piloting. Prioritize the business value. Again, back to Stuart's presentation about the X and what is the outcome. Again, do watch what the competitors are doing as well in this field. Consider data availability and quality. Be mindful about the cultural readiness. I think it's we don't really talk about inertia when we talk about digital transformation at organization, but it is there with every change. It is just a natural thing. But I think it's our job. Okay, I'm not a project manager. Maybe it's your job to also consider that and also work with the other teams on creating the culture that is, receptive to that change and that makes these transitions faster. Avoid over-reliance on AI. So when I asked in the beginning if it's a AI-made video or it's a real one, this was also going in that direction. You don't have to use AI for the sake of using AI. So, and of course, avoid, overly relying on that from a real tech perspective, and of always choose the right tools. There are a lot of very new solutions, so watch out if the thing is really stable. And I think what's also worth mentioning when we talk about AI is that you can and you should mix and match solutions. So everybody's using ChatGPT, everybody knows about that. But there is also Perplexity, Claude, and all the other things that can, work in correlation with each other. As we come to the end of this discussion and presentation, I want to talk a little bit about the return on investment on innovation, return on investment of this change that I think you're planning to do in your organization. It's very difficult to calculate. At EIT Digital, we have a corporate innovation club where we discuss with the largest corporates about the ROI of innovation. And of course, every company has their own stake on that because every sector is different, every size of company is different. Definitely consider C-level, the C-level buy-in when you're talking about that and when you're creating the framework for the implementation of AI. That was it for me, totally on time. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you so much. Let's wait for some questions. Maybe you have one, just put it on the ear meet. But before that, why European Union always want to, rule everything? If it's pact or act, we are always here. If it's climate, we are here. If it's AI, we are the pioneers in the world. And why maybe Europe afraid of evolution of AI, and maybe evolution of AI can make the revolution?
Well, I think 2 questions in one, right? So why does Europe always want to regulate? We have 27 member states. It's a fragmented market with different rules, different constitutions. So I think it's the first answer for the first question. And then why the AI Act, why Europe wants to always, have their hands already on regulating everything that is digital. I mentioned GDPR. I think it is because Europe has a set of values, core values, and we have digital values, transparency, accessibility, equality, diversity. And Europe wants to, I think, ensure that there is a framework, that there's a recognizable framework for that.
Okay. I see that we have one question here. How to get buy-in and financing from stakeholders, executives for AI implementation projects. And this is the additional thing to that question. Some executives think it is cool to have AI projects, but don't want to have a dedicated budget.
Spot on. Basically, this covers everything that I mentioned of the C-level buy-in, of the ROI, and of the competitors. I would definitely take a look, of course, what you want to do with that. You want to be, faster, smoother, more precise in the production. Like, what is the angle? So then I would go with that. But I would definitely pick on the competitors. Just see the landscape, maybe globally, because the executives always have the helicopter view. My favorite saying is we have to develop the ability of flowing between the levels. Social media, marketing, totally down to the tactics. It's down to the last comma. It's down to the last emoji that I use. In project management, also very detail-oriented. But the C-level has the helicopter view. They know what's the next move of the organization. Maybe it's global expansion. Maybe it's going into a different domain. Also try to think a little bit, where they want to go, what they are thinking. Maybe do some research, and then attack it from that angle. That's what I would do.
One more question, protection of data while training AI. How important is it among the factors that companies have to take into account? How ready is the industry to support it?
Okay, well, I should go back to the AI pros that I met to have the detailed answer for that. But I think you just have to dissect all the rules that are there from the GDPR, from the AI Act, from your industry, also on a patent level maybe that you're developing, and then align the new AI solution to that. And I think the biggest question will also, we talked a lot about data quality. Okay, but the data has to come from somewhere. Now, how do you take the data out from wherever it is and make it, flow into your new AI solution, or flow the AI solution over your data in a way that is compatible? I mean, there's some data we cannot get because of GDPR from, regular partners. Maybe that's already the first stage that you want to solve.
But protection is needed, in any case, when you put your data on AI. Otherwise, you could wish good life and good afterlife.
No, definitely. Yeah. Watch it. And this is also why it's important to select the AI provider in a way that they will also exist in the next 2 years, no?
Yep. Thank you so much for your presentation and for your answers. Once again,
everybody.
let's share a round of applause to Dorottya.